Hello everyone, Nicholson here, and welcome to Coming Soon Movie News with Nicholson. I'm your host, and on this show we're going to be breaking down all of the day's movie news and kind of giving a little bit of background into what it means for the production in general, such as casting decisions, trailer announcements, director announcements, things like that. So normally what happens on Friday episodes is I start off the episode with a major review, and then I finish that up with user-submitted questions. Because with the summer months bringing up a lot of new information, I've decided to create a separate section for reviews. So Coming Soon Reviews will debut later on today, but for right now we're going to cover a couple of major news stories, and then we're going to get into the user-submitted questions. So without any further ado, let's get into today's main topic. And the first topic we've got to talk about today is the first full trailer, the second full trailer for Transformers: Age of Extinction. So this debuted yesterday morning, and holy God, was it a cool trailer. The one thing to take into account, and the one thing that I kind of picked up on it when I watched the trailer, but upon rewatching it a couple of times, I really did notice it. With the exception of a few little moments here and there, we have no idea what this movie's about. Essentially, it looks as though there's some unknown threat which is coming for one reason or another to attack both the Autobots and Decepticons and the humans. So essentially it's trying to wipe out Earth. The Autobots have been hiding for about the last 4 years, ever since the events of Dark of the Moon. They are, Mark Wahlberg, like, it's a whole new cast of characters. The only people who are returning, or the only characters, I should say, that are returning from the other movies are the Autobots. And they've been redesigned, or updated, I should say. But the one thing this does is it just extends what we've already seen in the past trailer. This wasn't really it was almost like it was the same trailer just with different footage. But it was still really cool. Like, the one little hint that we did get in this, though, is that it looks like this movie is going to introduce to an overarching story which is going to last through the next 2 films after this, because they are planning a whole new trilogy. But Lockdown, who is the Decepticon that you see where the head transforms into the giant gun, he is a mercenary. He's basically like a bounty hunter, and right now he's after whoever he's ordered to go after. He doesn't care if it's an Autobot. He doesn't care if it's a Decepticon. So I think that'll play in really well, and I do think that he is working for Unicron. And now I don't know if Unicron is going to be introduced in this film. We don't know if that's what that giant ship is. So I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see. The one thing that I really took out from this trailer is the very end of it. And that is Optimus Prime riding Grimlock, waving around a giant sword in one shot, jumping off of Grimlock, as he's jumping, throwing his sword into one Decepticon, grabbing it, spinning around, and slicing another one open, while in the background, Grimlock is stabbing other Decepticons with his tail, bringing it up to his mouth, grabbing it, and throwing away. Like, it was just incredible. Just incredible. So, I mean, there was no real doubt that the spectacle of this movie was going to impress. Michael Bay and the producers of the movie have even come out and stated that people are becoming desensitized to mass destruction, so you can't really keep showcasing things like that anymore. You really have to up the ante in terms of what it is that you're going to be showing, also improving on the storyline. One thing that I think is going to work in their favor is the pivotal love story in the movie is actually not with Mark Wahlberg's character, it's with his daughter and her boyfriend. So I don't think that that's going to play up as big of a role as it has in the previous movies, which is good. I'm at least hoping for that. But so far, like, this trailer just keeps getting me more and more excited. And the thing that I'm hoping for is that they are really holding back on the Dinobots. I'm really hoping that the Dinobots are not in it just for a few minutes. I'm hoping that, because Optimus Prime says in the trailer, we need a new army. And that's when you see Grimlock shooting fire out of his mouth, which I thought, like, that's not from the comics, or at least I don't think it is. I can't remember. It's been a while since I watched them, or the cartoons. It's been a while since I watched them, but the fact that he's doing it is just cool. And then him, running around through the streets of Hong Kong with Optimus Prime on his back, like, that's just cool. And that's what these movies are meant to be. That's why I'm excited about it. Again, like I've said before, you guys have heard me go on and on and on about this. No movie, you can't compare a movie like Transformers to a movie like something recent, like Captain Phillips. You know, Captain Phillips is an Oscar bait movie. That's why they're called Oscar bait. They are they are going after performances. They are going after set design. They are going after this. Obviously, you know, Transformers is trying to improve upon the special effects. They are trying to improve upon the sound design and stuff like that. That's what these movies are designed for. In terms of if they are going for Academy Awards, they know they're not going in for anything else, and so they're just pure, unadulterated fun, and that's why I'm looking forward to it. So far, I've liked the video. I'll put a link in the description below if you guys haven't seen the new trailer yet. So I definitely recommend you check it out. And Transformers opens up at the end of June, June 27th, I believe. So that is definitely going to be a review. I will definitely be reviewing that episode or that movie on an episode. So don't you worry about that. But oh God, I'm really looking forward to this movie. I've really liked the last couple. I didn't like the second one. Did not like Transformers 2. I thought I mean, part of it was due to the writer's strike that was happening at the time because Michael Bay basically had to polish off most of the script, and that's why you had Devastator having the wrecking balls underneath him. You had during the attack sequence with the appliances, like when the chip fell down into the kitchen and turned all the kitchen appliances into little Dinobots. I thought that was kind of weird, but I was going to go with it. During that fight, you have the cutaway shot of the two dogs having sex. I thought that was absolutely just stupid. You know, and these are all Michael Bay's ideas. This is when he doesn't have people to say no to. You know what happens when creative people and intellectual people get involved in a massive multi-million-dollar project and they don't have anybody to say no to? You get the Star Wars prequels. So just let that sink in. So yeah, check out the new Transformers Age of Extinction trailer. I got a link to it in the description here. And don't forget to check it out on June 27th. So, and we'll get on to the final topic that we got to talk about today in our main section today, and that's going to be this one. I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to get on the show, but it dropped just before I was writing the show, which is amazing. Warner Brothers Legendary have unveiled the first full trailer. This can still be almost considered a teaser because it only gives away a little bit of the plot, but the first full trailer of Christopher Nolan's Interstellar. I've also got a link in the description here if you have not checked it out. This is, again, Christopher Nolan has done it again. I was very, very much reminded of the first kind of full trailer that we got for Inception, because the first teaser we got explained nothing. Very much like the first teaser that we got for Interstellar back in December. So with this new trailer, we really get a sense of the tone. We kind of get a better idea of what the movie's about, because beforehand we just thought it was Matthew McConaughey and Korn. But now we know that the world has decayed so much due to global warming that it has actually gotten to the point where people can't grow food anymore. Food is becoming a scarcity. Like they can't. It's almost like the entire world has become a third world country. And at the beginning of the trailer, you see Matthew McConaughey trying to vie for a position for a job. They don't really go into too much detail about it, where they go, you know, you're this, and he goes, yeah, but I'm an engineer. You know, like I'm somebody valuable. And they go, but we don't need televisions. We don't need this. We don't need that. We need food. And so he's kind of at a loss now, where he was this very brilliant individual who now has no place in the world. And all of a sudden then Michael Caine comes in as the leader of this scientific expedition, who are planning an interstellar voyage to go up to basically, it's almost like a singularity, which is a black hole. It's almost like they've discovered a black hole or a wormhole of some kind, and they're looking to travel through it to see what's on the other side to hopefully save mankind. And the trailer actually does end with the ship approaching what we're going to assume is the black hole, and all of a sudden it vanishes, and then you see the title card come up. Very, very, very well done trailer. Like, it really gets you excited, because Christopher Nolan, first off, that's why they released that trailer back in December. They had just started filming, but they said, you know, you attach Christopher Nolan's name to a project, you got gold. The guy has not, now again, knock on wood, the guy has not had a misstep yet. Probably his weakest effort was The Dark Knight Rises, granted, but judging by what we've seen from Interstellar, we know that he's been toying with this idea for a while. It looks as though his mind was already in the place of Interstellar while he was doing Dark Knight Rises, so you can kind of see why that happened. But my God, like this the type of atmosphere that this movie is bringing in, it's just incredible. Like I can't even really express it. I mean, you guys just need to check it out for yourselves and start a discussion in the comment section. Start a discussion on our Facebook page, just to see different points of view and what you guys took away from it. A lot of people are probably going to think that this is a little bit of a letdown of the trailer because again, they still haven't shown a lot. But you got to remember, this is May. The movie doesn't come out till November. We still got one more trailer to come. Look at the final trailer for Inception. People were like, I still don't know what this movie is. It looks kind of weird. And then the final trailer hit, and everyone just lost their mind. So as it stands right now, oh, this movie's got me hooked. I was hooked as soon as I heard he was doing a full-on sci-fi movie. You see some of the aspects of the spaceship. You see Anne Hathaway's character as one of the co-pilots in the spaceship. You get a brief glimpse of Casey Affleck, who again we still don't know who what a lot of these people's roles are. You get one quick glimpse of Jessica Chastain. Sadly enough, though, we didn't get a shot of Matt Damon. So, yeah, again, I just don't know exactly how these people are going to play out, what's going to be happening. It's a Christopher Nolan film. If Christopher Nolan and J.J. Abrams ever team up, we're not going to even get a trailer until the movie releases because these guys are both so secretive. So, hopefully we're going to get some more information. I'm assuming we're going to get something by the end of the summer, probably August. We'll get the final trailer either August or September. They may even surprise us in July, but I doubt they would put this trailer and then have one so close. So I'm pretty sure that August is going to be when we get the final trailer for Interstellar. But like I said, if you guys haven't checked it out, check it out in the link below. You're going to see it in the description, so you can definitely find it. All right, so now we've gotten onto the user-submitted questions. Like I've said before, if you guys ever have a question or a topic that you would like to have discussed on the show, you can actually go right to our website. You can click the link right down here at the bottom at movie news or www.movienewswithnicholson.ca. In the comment section of that website, you can find a section where you can email us any content or question or topic or anything of that sort that you would like for us to have discussed on the show. So without any further ado, let's get into the user-submitted questions. So the first question is actually about XXX3 and if it's happening. So I looked into it. It definitely is. At least it hasn't been greenlit yet. But Vin Diesel actually stated on his Facebook page in February that the script supposedly was about a month away from coming in. The movie right now is titled XXX: The Return of Xander Cage. For those of you who ignored the second movie, which I think a lot of people did, I watched it. I thought it was terrible. But there was a little throwaway line in the movie, and this was because the company was really sour at Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel, when they did XXX, the 1-2 punch of actually the 3 punch of Pitch Black, Fast and Furious, and XXX. They came out 2000, 2001, 2002. Vin Diesel after that was a hot commodity. And so when they said we wanted to do XXX2, he turned down both XXX2 and Fast and Furious 2 because of money. He wanted $20 million in order to reprise his role in both of those movies. And so they both said nope. And we got Tyrese in the role, which when you think about the Fast and the Furious, that all came together really well. Like that, if Vin Diesel had reprised his role in the second one, that franchise would not be what it is today. If he had to come back for XXX2, I don't think he had to go through that several years of missteps in order to get to the position where he's in now. So I don't think that he would have got there, but he's very, very adamant about revisiting this character. But like I said, in the second movie, there's a throwaway line where they say that Xander Cage was killed in Baja. I believe it was in Baja. And it was their way of saying, well, yeah, dude, you screwed yourself over because we're not going to come back to you. We're not going to bring you back. And then look what happened. The movie made, I was reading a report online, it made like $300 million less than the original XXX, that's bad. That is bad. The movie had a production budget, I think, of about $90 million. That was between 80 and 90 million. And it made domestically almost 200. It made almost 400 worldwide. I think 400 or 450 worldwide. Maybe a little bit less than that. But when you take that number into account, and the sequel cost more, and it made far less, I'm even surprised that we are getting this. But the reason that we are going to be getting this movie is because of the star power of Vin Diesel. Now, I need to reiterate, there is no timetable with this yet. They are just awaiting a script. And if the script comes in and the studio doesn't like it, they're not going to greenlight it. But Vin Diesel has a lot of clout now. He can move a project along. He can keep giving it life and keep it going. So we've been hearing about Triple X, the return of Xander Cage, for a few years now. It looks like it's going to be still another few years, but we are going to be getting it at some point. So I hope that answers your question. If you do want a little bit more of an update, message on in, and I'll see if I can pull up any more information about it. So the second question we have coming to us here is actually another question talking about a franchise of sorts. And it goes, what is the status of Journey 3 from the Earth to the Moon? And so I saw the original Journey to the Center of the Earth with Brendan Fraser. And it was one of the first, I think, the first, if not the first, 3D movie to come out in theaters. And I thought the movie wasn't very good, but I really liked the special effects and the 3D aspect. It was the first movie I ever saw in 3D. And especially the sequence when they're in that, like the Indiana Jones style sequence where they're on that train trolley thing and they're going past all the wooden planks and the planks coming right at you. You're like, whoa, whoa, like you're moving out of the way. I thought that was really entertaining. I saw the trailer for the second one and I thought myself, you know, this is The Rock doing Tooth Fairy. This is The Rock doing Game Plan. You know, this is doing all those movies. So I didn't really have any interest in it. But the movie made a lot of money worldwide. So they are moving forward with a third one. And they're basing it off the Jules Verne book, From the Earth to the Moon. Outside of that, we have no idea what the movie's about. But The Rock has stated that he does intend on coming back to reprise the role. Director Brad Peyton is wanting to do this as well. Problem is, they're both right now really busy shooting their big epic 3D disaster film called San Andreas, which is going to be hitting theaters on June 5th of 2015. Once that, they both stated that once that movie's done, as it stands right now, they are then going to be moving on to Journey 3. That also does work out for Josh Hutcherson, who is the kid in the first two movies, because his duties with the Hunger Games series. Like he's right now, I think they're still filming Mockingjay, because they've got Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 coming out in November, and Mockingjay Part 2 is coming out next November. So he's going to be finishing up reshoots of that, and also the press circuit. So once, you know, once San Andreas opens up in July, or June or July? June. And November is when Hunger Games is going to be done. That is the period where Brad Peyton can actually be prepping the movie. And then once Josh Hutcherson's promotional obligation is done with Hunger Games, he can then join the production of Journey 3. Now, it's almost a foregone conclusion that it's going to happen. We just don't have an affirmed timetable right yet because other projects are getting in the way. Also, I mean, the unfortunate passing of Paul Walker had to delay the continued filming of Fast and Furious 7, which has pushed San Andreas back a little bit. San Andreas was supposed to shoot in the spring. Or earlier in the spring. I think they were supposed to start filming in March or February, and they weren't able to get started shooting until just like a couple weeks ago. So that's the status so far on that. When we get more information, I'll definitely update here on the site. And the last big point, this is not a user-submitted question, but the last point I want to talk about is Monday's episode is definitely going to be an intriguing one, because Marvel Disney has both confirmed that they will be unveiling the second full trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy Monday morning. So Monday's episode will definitely be covering the new Guardians of the Galaxy trailer. So be sure to don't miss that. So that's going to be really intriguing. I'm very excited to see this trailer. I really want this movie to succeed. I really want this world to expand, because Marvel has so many potential properties to be able to delve into. And if Guardians of the Galaxy, one of the most unknown properties out there, is a success, that opens the floodgates. It really does. Now, not to say that they can just start making any movie. It means that if they do intend to go with a more unknown property, they at least can test the waters by saying, listen, Guardians succeeded. What was it about Guardians that succeeded? It kind of is the fact that it's a Star Wars mixed with Han Solo, or mixed with Indiana Jones, sorry. You know, you got these really pulpy sci-fi tropes that are in there that I think is going to make it work, but it will really open the floodgates. We got Guardians of the Galaxy and Ant-Man opening on either side of Avengers, so these are two very untested properties, and it's very exciting. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy on Monday, so definitely check back on there when we get more information about that. Well, that'll about do it for us here on Coming Soon Movie News with Nicholson. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have been great. And don't forget to click subscribe. You can get updates on any time that we post a video. You can also follow me on Twitter at Nicholson, Niklsun, for all your movie updates, as well as find us on Facebook at facebook.com/movie news with Nicholson. Don't forget to check out our website down at the bottom as well. You can click on the link actually right here, and you will be able to get access to the website where we post our most recent episodes. Not only that, but you can also submit your user-submitted questions to us at any point in time. We will answer those on every Friday episode. So without any further ado, this has been Nicholson. Thank you so much for watching. You guys enjoy your day. And also don't forget to check later on to check out my Godzilla review. Enjoy your day.